on superannuation, Andrew, where are things at? What's driving the Treasurer when it comes to the super changes that we are now seeing as inevitable?
Yes, Kieran, how much of Treasurer Jim Chalmers' agenda on superannuation is, as the Treasurer says, just about the best bang for buck in terms of taxation revenue, and how much of it is an ideological Robin Hood push, and how much of it is about Mr Chalmers' former boss, the chair of Cbus Super, Wayne Swan, and the agenda of the unions to shore up the industry? Well, in terms of the influence of unions, I'm talking particularly about the suggestion from the government they are going to legislate to stop future super withdrawals in a crisis like a pandemic, and they want to define superannuation. And that's an attempt to prevent by legislation what the coalition is proposing, to allow first home buyers to access their super for a deposit. Jim Chalmers denies what he is doing has anything to do with former Labor bosses heading super funds or anything to do with union influence over the funds, saying there is plenty of industry influence in the funds. How can you reassure Australians that union influence in superannuation is not a factor here in the way you look at a policy defining super? It's not a problem for Australians.
These superannuation boards, one of the reasons why they're more successful than the other kinds of superannuation funds is because they're governed equally by business and by employers and by employees, by businesses and by unions. That's one of the secrets to their success. These boards have people from the business community, from industry groups, from the master builders, for example, from others.
Well, the Treasurer also told Sunday Agenda a cap and removing tax concessions on super funds with more than $3 million in them is on the table in the lead up to the budget.
Less than 1% of people have got more than $3 million in their superannuation. Good on them if they do, but less than 1% of people have that. The average balance is almost $6 million for the people who've got more than three.
But are you looking at a cap on how much people can have in a superannuation fund?
Well, clearly that's one of the ideas that's been put to us. You know, we've seen the Grattan Institute and others put forward ideas like that. I think any responsible government considers those kinds of suggestions in good faith.